Good afternoon, good morning, welcome to Field Kitchen. Today we are cooking spinach pancakes. I think these are a really nice Sunday morning breakfast with fried mushrooms and tomatoes, but they're also a really nice side dish and something that you can play around with your spices in. So if you want something to go with some curried dishes, you could add some cumin and some coriander. If you're doing it with a ratatouille, you could maybe add a bit of smoked paprika. So you can play around with the spices, or you can just have them plain. So we're going to start with 4 ounces of self-raising flour, please, David.
Right for you?
Yes, please. 4 ounces, also known as 110 grams for those who are working in metric.
Straight into your bowl.
That's 3. Nice. Then we're going to sieve it into the bowl. As you can see, I've forgotten the sieve today, so we're just going to throw it in the bowl, really. And in with this, we will have 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Thank you very much. This is one where I am going to intermittently look at the recipe because I can't quite remember it off by heart. Okay, in with here we will have either, and it's up to you, 50 grams of melted butter or about 2 tablespoons of rapeseed oil. Marvellous. And we're talking roughly. So, does that look like about 2 tablespoons to you?
No.
A bit more?
Yes.
Okay, then I'd like 150 grams of milk, please.
Grams or milk?
150 mils. Same, isn't it? Okay. Up to about there. Thank you. Right, so while I'm whisking these together, I'm going to get my trusty assistant to roughly chop 8 ounces of spinach. I've washed this spinach first, not because we use any pesticides, but because all of nature and its wonderful biodiversity is performing all of its bodily functions down in the field. Obviously at home you might not have a salad spinner quite the size of the Bucksum one, and we want roughly 8 ounces of that. Chop it up a bit and see whether or not you can squeeze it all into that pan. So I've just got a tiny splash of water in the bottom of there so that it doesn't scorch at the bottom of the pan. This is going to be quite a thick batter, but don't worry because we're going to put wet spinach into it in a minute. Obviously at this point I realised that I should probably have put my ½ teaspoon of salt in with the flour, but we'll just pinch it in now.
Good.
Right, the challenge to light the stove. Where's the lighter gone? Right, if we lose my eyebrows at this point, then you'll know what happened in the later field kitchens. Oh, look at that. All we really want to happen here is for the spinach to kind of wilt down nicely. So we are going to use our trusty pancake pan. We're probably going to want a splash of oil on that. Ready?
So once that's...
We've missed an ingredient.
What have you missed?
The whole egg. Which just goes to just goes to show that it doesn't really matter which order you put your ingredients in. Right, while I'm doing this, in the little glass dish, I'm going to get you to whisk an egg white.
Okay.
Right, as you can see, that's actually looking like a slightly better batter now. So we're going to separate your egg out. Right. Now with a small egg and big hands, this is going to be a challenge. How's our spinach doing? That's looking good. No, we're going to save that yolk so we could maybe make some lasagna with that tomorrow. Make some fresh pasta. Or make a chocolate mousse. So we can just put it in a pot in the fridge. You are also going to want a fork or a whisk. Magic kitchen here, things appear from out of shot. So, yep, you're just going to whisk it up till it's really nice and fluffy. We're going to put the spinach in and then we're going to fold the egg whites in, and that gives us a nice fluffy pancake texture. Just one egg white. And I haven't forgotten any other ingredients. Right, so the spinach is wilting down beautifully here. Soft peaks would be wonderful, but you know, vaguely fluffy would do. Right, so I'm going to drain the liquid off my spinach. Looking lovely and soft in there. Right.
Spoon?
Yeah, just something to... That'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Can I put it in for you?
No, I'll just burn my fingers while I do it. There we go.
Right.
So, in goes all the spinach. Rough mix around. And then we just want to fold the egg whites into the spinach mixer. How are they looking? Okay, make them a bit fluffier. You might actually want a whisk.
Would help. Break my whisk.
I have managed to break the whisk. Never mind. There you go. That's looking better. Right. So now if you can just pour that around there, and we're going to very gently fold it in. And the best thing for folding is a metal spoon. Right. That's our mixture. So we should have some nice warm oil over here. And we're just going to put a couple of ladlefuls. Bear in mind they are never going to make perfect pancake shapes. And we're looking for something a bit thicker than a... You know, I've been practicing these. I managed to do it all in order, not forget any ingredients. Okay, this is not one to throw in the air and flip. So we're going for turning it over neatly like that. So we had these last week with ratatouille on the top, didn't we? And that was a really nice, simple, quick supper. Background noise is the pigeons, by the way. Wood pigeons? Wood pigeons also really like spinach, which is another good reason to give it a rinse. Oh, there we go, look at that. Coming along nicely. Thank you. Okay, you heard that. So I think this recipe makes about 8 of these. And there you go. Chopped up.
Spinach pancakes.